Pennsylvania, we're watching the Friendship Classic 2005, an international field of gymnasts assembled here from 9 nations. Rotation 2, we do that literally. We move clockwise now as the groups move to the next apparatus and the next level of competition. And we begin with American Grace Taylor. Our first look at Grace on the bars, 8.35 now on the balance beam.
And I really like her mount. It really draws your attention right away. A little bit different. We talked about Austin Phillips on floor, climbing back from a couple of falls, and of course Grace Taylor's climbing back from a fall on uneven bars. Beautiful turn. Her leg held above horizontal. Nice and solid on this routine so far.
Incidentally, there is an international competition, but they're not competing as teams, one nation against each other. So the individuals that you see are indicative of their home clubs, their gymnastic clubs.
So far, Grace is solid as a rock on this event. Very nice leap. She's getting that 180-degree split. She's making a point to really connect each skill. She's also taking her time, not rushing through the routine. Back handspring, double tap. A little short on the landing, but overall a very nice routine.
A confident-looking gymnast, Grace Taylor.
And this is a tough event to look confident on. Usually you get up there and your legs are shaking and you're scared to breathe even.
Yeah, it's the one where you can really read the facial expressions.
Very nice routine. Double tuck dismount, and of course just a little short on that landing, taking that big step forward.
Judges liked it. 9.325 for Grace Taylor on the beam. And now Han Bin. They're the Chinese competitors. We've already seen her on the floor, an 8.2, and now on the vault.
Nice high Yurchenko layout. Pretty powerful, and I imagine that most of the year she twists this skill. She does a round off onto the board, handsprung onto the vault, and she really doesn't need to grab her legs. If she stayed stretched and open a little bit more, she probably wouldn't have that step backwards.
Good analysis by Shannon. The judges agree. 8.725. And another of the young Russians, Ekaterina Kramarenko. Scored 9.05 on the vault.
And these bars are so wide for these young gymnasts.
Boy, you just read my mind.
They can swing straight through without even having to pike down. They're so tiny. Big Jaeger. Full pirouette the wrong way, right to a reverse hecht. Getting her release moves in. Nice high pack salto. Back flip from the high bar to the low bar. She's keeping very nice form throughout this routine. And a great suck full leg dismount.
Ekaterina Kramarenko of Russia.
This was a beautiful routine right here. Front giant, big swing right into her straddled Jaeger. And here's her dismount. Nice high tuck, full twist with the double back.
Judges for Ekaterina Kramarenko, 8.8 on the bar, so a very solid start through 2 rotations. Loes, Linders of the Netherlands teams. Their athletes all wearing the maroon and blue.
Full twisting swing down.
Loes had 8.85 on bars.
She looks a little rushed, and there are so many skills to try to fit into a beam routine. Beautiful standing Arabian.
Amazing.
Tough skill, twisting sideways, horizontally, as well as vertically.
Has this sport evolved much since you finished competing?
It has in some ways. You have to fit a lot more skills in now than you did when I was competing. There's a lot less dance in there, a little less artistry, a little wobble there. That actually broke the connection between her two skills, which is another thing that's changed. The bonus points that you can receive, it's for so many different connecting moves, leaps, jumps. In my day, it wasn't quite as difficult. She's very assertive, but looks a little bit rushed.
Yeah, kind of quick.
Nice double pike dismount. And it's unfortunate. This is a huge skill right here.
Wow. Nice
high standing Arabian. It's unfortunate that the athletes have to fit so many skills in that they can't take the time to make it as pretty, you know, with the dance as they used to.
Yeah.
But overall, a very nice routine.
Those Linders of the Netherlands, 8.45. She's halfway through the evening's competition. And Kelsey Hope of Canada, coming off a 9.05 on beam.
Kelsey, second all-around at the Canadian National Championships last year. Whip, whip.
Oof.
Right to a 2.5 twist, she touched out. Now the judges will probably only take 3 tenths for just touching a hand versus 5 tenths for a complete ball.
So if you're tracking how this is scored, you start with a perfect 10. Shannon says you deduct 3. She's down to a 9.7 already.
That's if she starts from a 10-0. She's, of course, got to earn all those bonus points to start from a 10-0.
I see.
Nice high triple full. A lot of these leaps and jumps that you see in between the tumbling passes, that's where these athletes are really picking up those bonus points so that they can try to work their way up to that 10.0. Just like that jump right there.
Do they typically, as we look at another tumbling pass, tell the judges in advance what the routine is composed of?
The judges will watch warm-ups and they can sometimes kind of figure out what the gymnast is going to do, but they don't know the start value beforehand. It's up to whatever the gymnast does on the floor at that moment in time.
Let's look back at Kelsey Hope as she finishes up on floor exercise.
Here she's doing a round off back handspring. Nice high double pike. Finishing up very good.
Judges scored at 8.25 for Kelsey Hope of Canada. Back to the balance beam. Verona van der Leur of the Netherlands. You've seen her on the bars, 8.5 there. Here she is on the beam.
And Verona's an excellent gymnast. She unfortunately sustained a foot injury in 2003 and was unable to compete at World Championships. And then she was unable to train for the 2004 Olympic Games. So she's currently deciding whether or not she's going to continue to train for 2008.
Foot injuries have to be so common in this sport. The impact that they sustain.
You know, just the pounding on floor and vault and balance beam, of course, but a lot of times, sometimes they're overuse injuries, and she's off the beam.
0.5?
Definitely. 0.5 deduction.
Didn't take much time. Got right back up.
Most of the time you get right back up because you don't want to believe that you fell.
Right.
But you do have 30 seconds to remount. twist dismount. An unfortunate fall for Verona.
Yeah, you can see it in her face. She's disappointed.
You can see right here, she's going to keep twisting, and it's like she kind of gave up a little bit. She didn't try to save it. She knew she was off. But she finished up with a nice high double full dismount.
And here's her score, 7.8.
We're about halfway through. Who will rise to the top and become the stars of this meet? The 2005 Friendship Gymnastic Invitational will continue on CN8 right after this.